Oh, that's more like it. Cardiff's promotion hunt is back on track. Oh, ye of little faith, James. You predicted them to lose last week. How could you? Shame on you. Welcome back to the Cardiff View. Harry, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And James, no Cardiff fan's going to talk to you again. How are
I
you?
will.
I'm feeling better now, Mark. After
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're going to talk about the Watford game and just that goal. I mean, how many times have you watched that goal back, Harry? Just out of interest.
About 20, 25 now, I think.
definitely goal of the month so far. Anyway, and we'll talk about the Watford game. We're also going to obviously preview the Preston game where you're back at home this weekend, and I'm going to ask you to review the January transfer signings that got done in the end. Because last week we were sitting on the edge of the seats to see if Kiefer Moore and a whole lot of the names you gave me would happen, and some did, some didn't. So we're going to review all of that. And we're also going to bring in Joey, our Preston fan, and talk about the game this weekend. So let's start then with Watford. James, let's start with you. What worked for Cardiff in this game that hasn't been happening before?
I think the threat of players' places being on the line, to be honest. We brought a few players in that we'll speak about in a minute, but also as well, I think a few players knew that their places were starting to be on the line. Sort of McGuinness and Guptas, always high performers, but very, very good performances. And also as well, Jack Alwick, we brought a new goalkeeper in, so his performance again, absolutely unbelievable. Even Collins as well, the left back, he's sort of been under some sort of criticism over the last couple of weeks. Again, his performance was great, and it was a well sort of drilled performance in the end.
Okay, Harry, do you concur with that?
Yeah, we're always capable of doing that. We've got a decent 11 or 12, and we've always got the possibility of turning up and doing things like that. It's just when there is only 11 and 12 of them, they sometimes take the foot off the gas. I think it goes back to what James said, is now we've got a squad of, I saw someone on Twitter earlier, I think we're looking like 18, 19 potential starters. So 4 signings plus a couple of people come back from fitness. O'Dowd are ready to come back. Ramsey's fit again. And yeah, it's natural really to probably be worried for your place realistically. So I think it's a combination of, yeah, we've got some competition for places, and also we are capable of doing that anyway. So yeah. Can't fault it really. Good reaction.
Good. Turnbull came on, I think, the 63rd minute for Colwell, who'd been yellow carded. How did he do?
Either or. Yeah, strong. I saw the highlights back. I didn't make the game, but I've spoken to a couple of friends and friends who were there. Really strong. Looks good. Couple of conversations about his best position. There's the debates going on, as there always is on Twitter, as we mentioned before, and stuck in a couple of them already. But whether he's an 8 or a 10, and whether he's going to push Colwell for the 10 jersey. A lot of Celtic fans are saying play him in the 10. A lot of Cardiff fans are saying he's looking more like an 8. So it'd be interesting to see actually where he slots in long term. But I'm just glad he slotted in at all, really.
Okay. And Colwell and Ateti, James, not been firing brilliantly for last month for you. How did they perform?
So I think Colwell, obviously compared to how he has been over the sort of, this time last season, he's definitely come on a bit now. He's starting to sort of show a bit of quality here and there, and I do like Colwell in that team, to be honest. Atete, it's difficult. It's difficult because he's quite young. He's still quite young, so he's got time and age on his side, but sort of the presence in and around the box he needs to sort of improve. Hopefully, he gets a pre-season under his belt, and we'll see some of that next season. But if he don't improve quickly, then he's not going to be around Cardiff for a long time, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a funny one, Atete, because he shows glimpses of some real quality, and then other times and I'm sure this isn't the case, but it just looks like he doesn't want to be there. He just looks so lethargic and just sort of trotting about the place, and it's not physical at all. It's frustrating to watch because you can see some games you're like, oh, look at him. And then other games, more often than not, it's just like, oh, come on, mate, really.
He's a what's it called as well. He's quite a big lad, so he needs to sort of start.
Yeah, he's a lump. He's quick as well for his size, but
Okay, let's talk about the transfers then, because it was our big debate we were having last week. We'll start with the outs first of all, James, if that's all right with you. Six players out during January, all gone on loans to various places. Eli King to Ross County, Kieran Evans to Gateshead, to Sunder, to Kortrijk, no idea. Aina to Ross County, Adams to Derby, and Rahman to Rotherham. What's your view on those? Any misses?
To be honest, I think a majority of them are youth, but Adams and Runamota going out to sort of the lower opposition, obviously Rotherham, Derby. I think Adams in League One will sort of suit that system. To be honest, he just needs to be playing regularly. I don't know what's going to happen with him long term. And again, Runamota, he was a bit surprising. Not that he's gone out on loan, but sort of like a couple of weeks ago, we were in a game, I can't remember which one, but then we made a change in the midfield and he came on, which was quite surprising because before that game and the Sheffield game in the Cup, he sort of never really played a match for quite a few months. So it was quite a shock to bring him on, to be honest.
Okay. Harry, you're famous on Twitter for obviously talking about the players that Cardiff should sign. How happy were you overall with what you did get in the end?
I think it was more relief than anything. I didn't expect us to get that many. I didn't even see two of the names even being linked. They just came out of nowhere. Phillips has been linked for a little while, but Zizou, I'm going to say like that, the lad that was at Bristol City, that came out of nowhere. Obviously, there was prolonged hope with Kiefer Moore, but that didn't work out. And then Turnbull came out of nowhere, really, a couple of days, and then he was over the line. I'm pleased with it, to be honest. It's just the numbers we needed. And they haven't just signed players for the sake of it either, because obviously Adams and Runamota could have done a job. They showed that. They're not bad players, but they weren't fitting into the system or playing the way that Bullet wanted. So he's changed personnel, rolled the dice a little bit, been backed by the board, which was a big one we were talking about last week. It remains to be seen what happens, but certainly a hell of a lot more confident than I was 7 days ago.
Yeah, it seemed crazy. I think now that last week we were talking about Bullough actually potentially leaving following what was going to happen the next 2 days, and actually he's going to walk into the Preston game with a smile on his face. Yeah,
signed 4 players in less than 48 hours, which is nice.
Yeah.
Haven't seen much of the left back, but again, positive from everyone who was there on Saturday. So
I mean, if you're signing loan players from Liverpool and City, you're actually you're actually doing something right, aren't you?
Less of a gamble, isn't it?
That's right. Okay, so everything's happy in Cardiff. Were you very pleased to hear that Swansea had lost as well as you were leaving the Vicarage Road stands? There's
cool.
Well, we'll see what the table looks like towards the end of sort of April and hope a few results go in certain favour, but we'll come back to that.
Okay. I think they'll be very strong in League One next year for sure.
I ask that because it's usually you guys down there and they're in their position looking down on you. So it's nice for you to have the roles reversed for a season.
He's for you as well, Mark. After 29 games last season, 13th position, which is where we are. It's where Swansea were last season.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. I love stuff like that. Right, let's bring in Joey then, our Preston fan, and let's preview the game then this weekend. Good evening, Joey. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks, you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you got your warm clothes ready for a trip to Wales then this weekend?
I'm unfortunately not going to this game, but I'm excited to see how we react after the Ipswich win and see if we can carry on the good form and good attacking play we actually showed in the first half at least.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you with that on your Preston view. What did you make of Cardiff when Cardiff visited Deepdale in late November?
Well, they got 2 very late goals, probably deserved. They peppered our goal for in much all the second half after we went down to 10 men. And I thought we'd actually, somehow manage to escape it because we were defending like beavers, as Chris Kamara would say, and we were stopping everything that they were trying to get at us. But eventually, it was I think it was 2 set pieces actually, poorly defended by ourselves, and Yeah, they managed. They probably deserved the winning, to be honest with you. But it was frustrating the way we lost in the 9+5 and 9+8, I think it were. And yeah, hopefully we can get a bit of revenge on the weekend.
Yeah, not a brilliant record down at Cardiff. It was
or in South Wales in general. Swansea and Cardiff, never good places to go.
It was the Tom Clark 90th minute winner about 4 seasons ago, wasn't it? I think just Christmas was one of the only wins there.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
What did you make of Preston as a team? Because actually, these two teams for me are quite similar in terms of their ambitions at the moment. Because both teams could go on a good run now, put 4 or 5 wins together, you could really mix it up in that playoff position, can't you? Harry, do you rate Preston?
I think they're one of 6 teams in the middle, really, aren't they? Similar to us, like you said. I looked at their form then, and it's very much similar to ours. The last 5 is very similar. I'm not too sure how they did in terms of transfers and stuff like that, making the squad a little bit better. But fair enough. But yeah, it's the same as probably 5, 6, maybe even a few more. Put a run together, get confident, get into winning mentality, and have a late charge to the playoffs, I suppose. And Preston are no different to us, I suppose. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes Saturday.
Cool. All right, so get some score predictions then for you. James, you can kick this one off then. Cardiff, Preston.
I'm going to go 2-0 Cardiff, Mark. A few new signings in. I got a feeling we're going to win this one. So,
all right, the difference a bowler screamer goal makes. Harry, you can go next.
4-1 Cardiff. I think we'll click into gear.
There's some Preston fans watching that will be nodding, going, "Yeah, I can see that happening." To be fair,
take it at the moment.
Joey.
Well, I probably would agree in the fact that our record at South Wales is so bad. When we lose there, we lose heavy. So I actually think we can nick a draw, though. I think it's going to be a 1-1. I just think both teams are very similar, cancel each other out. Both teams quite inconsistent, but both coming on the back of a decent win. So I think we'll try and get an early lead, but I think I don't think we'll be able to sustain it. So that's being optimistic, by the way, because I can't see our record the way it goes in South Wales. I can't see it actually happening, but I'm being optimistic and a 1-1 draw.
Right. Nice one. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you both. Enjoy the game, all of you. We'll catch you both next week and see where we're up to. Nice one. Thanks all.
Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.